Hello and welcome to Beads Jar. My name's Billy and in today's tutorial, perfect for beginners, we'll be making these beautiful little sterling silver owl earrings. And we'll also be adding in there the Preciosa beads. I hope you enjoy the tutorial. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make these beautiful sterling silver owl earrings with these fabulous Preciosa crystal beads. And we'll be putting them on the sterling silver ear hooks with Miyuki size 15s and 2-inch eye pins. I'll be working with a pair of round nose pliers to make loops, flat nose pliers and side cutters. The first step for my project is going to be to cut the jump rings that are on my owls off because I don't need them and I'm going to be attaching the beads directly above it. These are fab though if you are going to make these beautiful owls into a pendant, as it will allow you to put a thicker cord through. To take them off, I'm just going to use the side cutters and I'm going to cut straight through the wire. So I've cut one side off and I'll do the same on the opposite side. So I've freed my little owl and I'm going to do the second one. So I've now got my two little owls and I'm going to take my eye pin. So an eye pin has the loop at the end here and this is what I'm now going to attach my owl to. So I'm going to hold the eye pin and with my thumb I'm supporting the neck part of the eye pin, so my thumb's on there, and I'm going to take my pliers and there's a split on this side of the loop. So I'm just going to lift the loop upwards to open it. I'm then going to hook my little owl straight onto my eye pin. You'll notice I've put the owl over the side of my finger, that way he doesn't jump in the way when I'm trying to close my loop back together again. So hold firmly against the loop and I'm just closing that back together so that there's no gap and it's flush with itself. So we'll do that again for the second owl earring. So I'm holding the eye pin on the end of my finger, gentle twist to open the loop up, hook my owl on and over the side of my finger, and then we're going to close that back together. Now I can thread my beads. Onto the eye pin, I'm going to put one of these tiny Miyukis and then this fabulous Preciosa bead. I'm then going to pop another Miyuki on top of that so we've got one either side of our Preciosa bead. So do the same again for our second earring. And we're ready to make our loops. Now there's one important thing to remember. We need our owl to be facing forward and our ear hook is going to go through the ear like so. So when I make this loop, it needs to be in the opposite direction to the loop on my ear hook. So I'm going to make it to the opposite of the one at the bottom as well. In order to do that easily, I'm going to hold my eye pin so that we can clearly see the loop here, and I'm going to place my pliers directly above the last of the Miyuki beads I put on. This way my loop I'm forming is going to be exactly the opposite direction of this loop. So with a nice firm grip in my right hand, or left hand depending on which hand you're working with, I'm going to push the pin away from me. So I'm using my thumb and I'm just going to roll my thumb over the top of the pliers at a 90-degree angle. So I've made a hook shape now with my eye pin, and then I've released the grip, so I'm not gripping my pliers, and I'm just going to spin them so that they're sat neatly on top of that bend that we've just created. I'm now going to bring the top of the wire over the pliers and down towards the bead mat. So if I release that now, you can see that we've got this nice tidy loop shape forming. I'm now going to replace my pliers back into the loop, grip again, and I'm wrapping the end of the wire around and under the pliers. And I'm going to wrap that 3 times. So as I come round, I'm gently dropping the wire in a spiral form down towards the bead. So I've wrapped twice, and that's now sat next to the bead. And if I turn that round, you can see we've got the beautiful loop formed, and we just need to take our wire off. So you're going to pick up your side cutters again, and with this smooth edge, we're going to get nice and tight and remove that excess wire off the loop. Now when I open my ear hook, that's going to sit perfectly well, and the owl will face forward. To open the ear hook, you want to place that on the end of your finger, and just like the eye pin, support the neck with your thumb. Using my flat nose pliers, we're going to take the edge of the loop and twist it open. Exactly the same method we used for opening our eye pin. I'm then going to hook my owl onto that open ring, and we're closing that back together again. And that will sit perfectly in the ear with the owl facing forward and not to the side. Okay, so let's just go through that quickly. So you want to place your loop on the side so you can see it. You then pick up round nose pliers, place them above the bead. We then want to push the pin away from us, reposition our pliers, bring the pin over, take our pliers out and replace them into the loop, so one's on top, and then we wrap around. And I'm going to do 2 wraps. Got my loop, and I'm going to take my side cutters to remove the excess wire. And just got a little lip of wire there, so I'm just using my pliers to tease that in. We pick up our earring hook and open that, hook on our owl and close that back together. And that's going to give you this fabulous finish. Thank you for watching our tutorial today. Give us a big thumbs up and subscribe now to our YouTube channel, where you can see all of the latest designs and fabulous new beads at beadsjar.co.uk. Until next time, bye!